Hello everybody and welcome back to another lesson. This lesson we're actually going to be fixing some stuff from from our previous model. I know I said the last video was going to be the final lesson, but I promise you this is the last lesson. So you may be wondering, what do we need to fix? Well, let's see. Let's see what we need to fix. It's frozen. I'll get back to you when it's done. Okay, it's here, and I forgot to run the animation. Okay, now I did remember to run the animation. Um, alright, now let's take a close look at this water level over here. Well, what happened? Did it like teleport? No, you see, that's the problem. We want to go up and down without a break. But right now, there's a break. So, how do we fix this? Well, actually, let's first remove this. This is our first fix. We don't need this interpolation method. Okay, so if you look, you will see that we never actually use it. Um, alright, anyways, so how do we fix that? Well, the problem that we have with that is over here. We manually add the keyframes, so that's why there's gonna be like a break where it goes, and that's not good. But there's gonna be a break when the animation is reset, and that's not good. So, um, how do we fix this problem? Well, first, obviously, let's just get rid of everything by commenting everything out. All right. Now, how do I do this? Well, to find a solution, all I have to really do is look down here. Yes, we could use the driver expression again. Well, obviously it's going to be a bit different, but the idea is exactly the same. So, uh, alright, so let's start with def add water level driver. Add water level driver. First thing we have node tree, which can actually be which we can actually pretend is object. Well, for now. Later in our code, we actually don't want to pretend that it's object. And we don't need access index because the node tree doesn't have access index. By the way, the node tree is not an object, so we can't use it as object. It's the texture, the painting of it. Base value, amplitude, frequency, phase, and then FPS is 24. The rest is all the same. And now we can essentially just copy and paste everything from here to here. Well, obviously we're going to make some changes. So over here, driver well, we don't have access index, so we don't have a location. Well, because it's the node tree, it controls the texture and coloring and all those coolest things we have. So what do we put in here? Let's just go up here. See, this is why I commented out instead of deleting it, so I can just copy and paste the data path. This way, that when we use FCU's object driver add, we can use that, and it knows that what we're talking about, the height, and that's what we're going to be changing. And this is also where treat the node tree different from a regular object. The object is an object. We would use the location access index, but since node tree is not an object, we take one of the nodes, the split GT. I think split GT is a sub thing inside a node, inside a link. But oh, okay. But it's essentially very like a part of the node tree. Alright, now let's run it. Add water level driver. Alright, the node tree. Our first parameter, our node tree. Node our node tree is equal to NT. Over here, see drum fill mapped that node tree, so the tree for the drill map. The base value is our next thing, and it's going to be 0.18. Level low, the lowest level. Amplitude, so the range is obviously going to be the difference between them. If you do the math, it's 0.16, no, 0.14. For the frequency, so how fast it goes, we're going to do 120, but it's your animation, so you can change it depending on how you think, what you think makes more sense. The phase is 0. Okay. Oh, alright, yeah, here about object, it's node tree. So hopefully you caught that, but if you did, that means you're paying attention. And you can see it's going slowly, but we're approaching the end of the animation. There's no break, and obviously you can change the frequency if you wanted to go faster. But yeah, that's it for today's lesson. See you next time. Bye.